Today we are going to be looking at a little bit of Bitcoin and Tron charts. I'm going to be telling you exactly what my cryptocurrency trading moves are going to be, and you guys are obviously going to learn a little bit of technical analysis. So if you guys are into such type of material, then you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and smash the like button. So without further ado, I go by the name of Muna, and welcome to Beyond 10x, where we get to talk about cryptocurrency related material. So without wasting your time, you guys are super busy, so let's jump into this. So right now the current cryptocurrency market is sitting at right around 123 billion US dollars with an overall volume of about 16.9 billion US dollars. The current price of Bitcoin is about 3,703, and we are currently having a Bitcoin 24-hour volume of about 5.6 billion US dollars. So right now I'm currently going to be trading Bitcoin and Tron, because I mean, you guys obviously know that everything follows where Bitcoin goes, and right now there's a lot of momentum with regards to Tron and what has been happening. A lot of people are anticipating that the value of Tron is going to go straight to the moon because of the Bittorrent ICO, which is going to be coming up. So a lot of people are actually in fact buying a lot of Tron tokens, but you know what it is, the faster they grow, the harder they're going to fall. So I'm really definitely going to be shorting a lot of Tron. And by the way, I hope you guys are having a bearish bias right now, because we are in a very bearish market. So if you guys are really thinking that we are going to shoot up straight to the moon, you have to be delusional. You have to be very, very precise with the market trends right now, and everything is pointing towards the downside. So we might have a little bit of bump to the upside here and there, but it's not really going to last. So please remember, have a bearish bias. And in case you guys are wondering why I'm having a bearish bias, it's because of the 200 exponential moving averages, which are pointing towards the downside. And you guys, you are going to see a little bit of Elliott wave counts, and I hope you guys are interested in Elliott wave counts. So without further ado, let's look into the charts. We are going to look at XBT. By the way, I'm using BitMEX. I'm actually trading with leverage. I hope you guys already know exactly what trading with leverage is. If you don't really know how to trade with leverage, please can you do a little bit of research? Join BitMEX. The link is going to be in the description box, because you can actually short the market with a little bit of leverage. You can do it with 2x, you can do it with 10x, and that can really help you make a lot of money. I understand that a lot of people have actually lost a lot of money during this bear market, so trading with leverage, if you know what you're doing, you can really end up making a lot of money. So the link is going to be in the description box. All right, so right now we are currently looking at the 4-hour chart. This is where we actually bottomed out, like right around here. Let's look at the 1-day chart so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So as you can see right over here, this is where we actually bottomed out. Let's do the Elliott wave counts, because I really think they are very precise. So let's go with the 1, 2, 3 Elliott wave. So 1, that's this has to be the 3rd wave right over here, and I'm having a little bit of debate right over here, because this has to be the 5th wave right over here. A lot of people are thinking that this is the 5th wave, but I really doubt, because it goes right over here, and then we have the corrective patterns right over here. So let me just put it over here, and have you guys noticed that this is respecting some sort of trend line here? So let me just show you the trend line that I'm looking at right now. So it's going like that, slanting towards the downside, and if you look at the bottom as well, I think it's having another trend line as well. So let me just put this up towards yeah, something like this, because it's actually respecting this trend line right over here. So over here it really got to bounce, and then over here it like dropped way below this trend line. So let me just remove the 4 exponential moving averages, and as you can see right over here, right, these are obviously the motives waves. These are counting, these are showing the move towards the upside direction, and we obviously have to have a little bit of corrective patterns right over here. And as you can see right now, this is a very tricky scenario because you have to identify exactly what type of corrective wave patterns these are. And I have a little bit of documents here that I really want to like show you, because there's actually like different structures when it comes to the Elliott wave. So as you can see, we've got the threes, which is the ABC right over here, and then we also have the triangles in a bull market, in a bear market, and we have a triple corrective Elliott wave structure. This is what I'm thinking is happening right over here, as in this is what we are currently experiencing. So let me just show you that once again. So as you can see, this is a triple corrective Elliott wave pattern. This is showing the WX YXZ pattern. This is what we are experiencing. So we are just going to do it right over here on the charts. So let's look for the XYZ. So that is obviously going to go there, then this one is going to go there, then we've got another one there, and then we had the recent one which went right over there. So then we are going to bounce again. We are going to go obviously to the downside. So this is what we are currently experiencing. So what I am anticipating is we are obviously going to have a slight pump to the upwards. We're going to obviously face a lot of resistance like right around this area right over here. I mean, if we can go as high as 4,220, that is going to be very good, but that is highly unlikely, because I mean we faced a lot of resistances here, and obviously we've been having lower highs, so the possibility of us going back to about 4,220 is like very slim. And guys, remember that we are dealing with probability. I'm not really here to prophesy and say this is really going to happen, it's going to happen like this and that. I'm just trying to find the highest probabilities of something happening. So you guys better do your own due diligence. I am not a financial advisor. And as you can see right around this area, we had another high which is like right around this area. So I'm anticipating a lower high which is going to be right around this area. This is where we faced a lot of resistance, and this is not really precise. I'm just giving you like a basic understanding of what might really happen. So these are the price targets that you guys are supposed to be looking out for. So as you can see, this is really perfectly following the trend line right over here. So we might have something which is going to go like that. So within the corrective, you know, the triple corrective wave structures right over here, we might have some ABC structures, but it doesn't really matter, because like right now this Elliott wave is pretty messed up. I don't really know how to like perfectly put the ABC wave structures right over there, but it doesn't really matter, because what really matters is us finding the places where we might end up you know, having the most resistance, especially in the upward momentum direction. So right around this area. So this is what we're going to do. So right now, as you can see, we are trying to go up, but we are facing a little bit of resistance, and right over here there's going to be a point in the near future where we're going to eventually go up, and we are going to be stagnant like right around the 3,888. So those figures are not really going to be like really exact. It's just going to give you like an idea of what you guys are supposed to be expecting. So let's just quickly look at the Fibonacci levels like real quick. So we are going to obviously start it like you know, from the top to the bottom. This is where we bottomed out, and let's look at the fib figures. So let's do that. Okay, so right around this area, boom, and let's spread it out, and let's see what's happening. Let me just try to get that a little bit perfect. So as you guys can see right now, we actually bounced off of the 38.2%, which is perfectly fine, and we also had a lot of resistance like right around the 78.6 fib level. So right now the next move which I'm really expecting is we are going to go to the 61.8% fib level. This is where we're going to face like a lot of resistance like right around this 61.8%. 61.8 fib levels. And when you try to you know, find the fib levels from the absolute bottom to the, you know, recent high that we had right over here. So this is where we are going to obviously top out, and then we are going to drastically drop. We are definitely going to drop because we are in a downtrend. Remember what I told you guys, if you guys really want to like find out exactly the market direction, all you have to do is look at the exponential moving averages. If the 200 moving averages is actually pointing downwards, then you are obviously in a bearish you know, market. So when you're talking about short term, long term, and mid term, you obviously have to look at the 20 EMA, the 50 EMA, and 100 EMA. So as you can see right now, if we look at the 1-day chart, right, we are obviously pointing towards the downside. So definitely we are in a very bearish market right now. So whatever you do, you always have to like keep it at the back of your mind. So in this particular market, right, I would rather short than go long, because going long is very counterintuitive, and it's very dangerous, if I can put it that way. So please have a bearish bias. Okay, so this is what I think is going to happen, like after we finish this corrective wave pattern right over here, eventually we are going to go down. So the points that I'm definitely going to be looking at is the 3,800 and something, or we might go above 3,900 US dollars. We might even reach 4,000 US dollars. But when that happens, I'm going to be putting a lot of short orders on BitMEX, and I'm obviously going to be using a very decent leverage. For example, I usually use the 10x leverage because it usually gives me a lot of you know, legway to play around with the support and the resistance areas. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing actually, and I'm going to be trading Tron, basing my analysis using the Bitcoin chart. So like for example, if I see that Bitcoin is really having a lot of tough time like right around this area, then I'm definitely going to go on short Tron, because remember what I told you, if Bitcoin makes about 4% move to the downside, then a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies are definitely going to make about 10% or even 15% to the downside. So please always keep in mind, whenever you're doing your altcoins, whenever you're trading altcoins, always have a Bitcoin chart picture in your head so that it can actually get to guide you. So on the 17th of January, Tron is going to be having, I don't know, like a conference, and there are obviously going to be people who are going to be pumping the price of Tron towards this particular day. So I don't really know what's going to happen, whether the price of Tron is going to go down or whether it's going to go massively up, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really care about that. All I care about is what is Bitcoin doing. So I hope you guys really found this video very interesting. Please try to look at the Elliott wave patterns, and you guys are really going to have a very good perspective of what's most likely to happen, and especially when it comes to trading a lot of cryptocurrencies, because a lot of cryptocurrency charts really respect the Elliott wave patterns. I don't know, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be looking out for the 61.8% fib level. So without making a very long video, without making a very boring video, I think this is where the video ends. You guys you have to subscribe in case you really want to like ask me a lot of different questions. My Patreon group is going to be in the description box below. So happy trading, be good, take care, and hasta la vista.
Says she wanna rock with a nigga like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with a nigga like me. We can catch a fly. Says she wanna rock with a nigga like me.